Hey yo, it's been a while, but we are back again. This time we're just going to take a look at basically my my small little, and I mean extremely small anime box set collection, which is only three of them, as you can see. We have Innocent Venus, KARAS, and Spriggan. So starting with Innocent Venus here. So this box set I believe I got this box set at, it was either a Suncoast or a FYE. It was a Suncoast. It was a Suncoast video back in the day, I'm pretty sure. Or it might have been an FYE. I think it was a Suncoast. But yeah. So this was, back in the day. And if you guys know about Innocent Venus, great anime, highly recommended. I believe it's only 12 episodes. But I really liked this anime. It's in my top 5 because I don't know. It's just something about it. Really enjoyed it. Very cool. The story is pretty much, well, it's a little complicated. You got there's some politics in there a little bit, which is interesting. Basically, natural disaster caused some, warring factions in the world, and then these guys have something to do with it, and then she has something to do with it, and it gets kind of crazy. You can read some synopsises and stuff on that and whatnot, but here's basically how there's 3 DVD sets, DVD cases that fit in this box set. So volume 1, volume 1, 2, and 3. Volume 1, Cruel World Order. Volume 2, Blood of Betrayal. Volume 3, The End of... The End of the New Beginning. Goodness. Alright. So here's what they look like. Volume 1. So this one matches this one right here on that side of the box set. Volume 2, Blood of Betrayal, matches this side. It just flipped around. Whoop, of the box set, right? And then the last volume, volume 3, this one, as you saw earlier, matches this side of the box set. So isn't that cool? Very cool. So that's Innocent Venus. Leave that off to the side. So that's box set number 1. We're going to save this one for last because that's my favorite one. And then next one, we have Spriggan. Now, this one's old for some of you guys that understand. Classics, and it says special edition over there. So this one is the Spriggan box set. This is both the get it out here, the Spriggan DVD. So it has the DVD case in here. Oh goodness, hard to do with one hand. All right, Spriggan DVD case, and then it also has the Spriggan original soundtrack as well. And this one has the commentary, so it has like it has like a bunch of extras. You can see it in here. My little focus here. Yeah, it has staff commentary with various people. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And then of course, so let's see. Let's have the open that up. It's a very it's one of those like reflective shiny ones in there. Then it has the little Spriggan poster thingy in there. Okay, and then the OST soundtrack. Oh yeah, there we go. In all its glory, has a really good soundtrack. I really like it. So Spriggan is one of the harder ones. I think. Well, Innocent Venus is hard to find too, I think, these days. But Spriggan is definitely harder to find. You might only be able to find this in like various places, like eBay. I think I saw there's a couple of them around, but this is one of like the OG classic, one of the OG classics. I do still have to technically read the manga, and I know that they did a remake of Spriggan. I believe it was a Netflix remake, if I recall. Haven't seen that yet, but it's on my list of things to watch eventually. So yeah, so that's Spriggan box set there. We'll just do the same thing. And then we get down to KARAS. Real quick, the story about Spriggan and why I got this in the first place. Back in high school, when I had my like my main group of anime fan friends and whatnot, I asked one of my friends, Luke, what is the greatest anime that he's ever watched, like the greatest anime ever. And he said Spriggan. He had to think about it, I guess, for like a little bit, and then he said Spriggan. And then he just had just nothing but good things to say about Spriggan. And I was like, interesting, really. I've never heard of Spriggan before. I didn't know that it was another type of like, this one is also kind of like a military ish kind of like factions, military. I guess you see a little theme here, huh? Military factions, and it's a very special thing that they're trying to find, uncover, and whatnot. You can watch the synopsis and whatnot on. There's plenty of those around, but yeah. So I didn't know that it was one of those, but it was really cool. And at the time, I was like, bruh. Okay, so he said Spriggan. It's interesting because I had already known many other series, at the time, and I was like, Spriggan, really? I've never heard of that before. And then he was just convinced that this was like the greatest thing ever, and I was like, all right, bet. So then I just bought it and picked. I didn't even watch any. I just straight up went to the store. It was special edition. I didn't care. I was like, all right, it looks pretty cool. I'll just get it. He said it's the greatest anime ever. I'm just gonna buy it, and then I got it. No regrets. It actually is great. Now, do I think that it's the greatest anime ever? No, I do not. But I do think that it is one of the best ever made animes ever. It is definitely up there with one of the best ever made. It's insanely good. And there's some Akira. There's some connections to Akira as well with Spriggan. This animation is very interesting. So yeah, So that's the story of why I got Spriggan. Kind of long, sorry, but all right. So now let's get to. I'm just gonna put these in here so it's less distracting when we get to KARAS. Now KARAS. This one is my personal favorite box set, and I'll tell you the story of this first. So with KARAS, I had moved from Atlanta to Philadelphia, and when I moved up here, and met a lot of family, met some cousins that I hadn't seen in a while, and made some new friends and all that. So once I got my my small little friend group, my new once I got a new friend group when I came up here, right? Because I lived in Atlanta for like 10 years, and then I came back up here, so it was kind of starting a new thing here. So once I got my new little cousin friend group, I went to one of their houses, and Jalil, one of my cousins, and he recommended, actually, well, the whole group did, but he had this, and he was like, yo, you like anime? You gotta watch this. You have to see this movie. It is legit. And it was KARAS. And I was like, I've never seen this before. It's a Tatsunoko classic. It's back in the day, but it is so freaking good. And I was like, bro, I was hooked once I saw it. But to be fair, like, this is the time where I was so like drenched in the whole anime ecosystem. And it's like you could pretty much put on any show and I would probably click with it, except for Casshern Sins. And we're gonna talk about that in a later video. Except for Casshern Sins, and it's a very specific reason why I'm outlining that particular anime. But anyway, so yeah, you could put any anime in front of me and I'd probably fall in love with it. But this in particular, this left like an eternal effect on me. KARAS, so freaking good, and it was enough for me to buy. It was enough for me to obviously buy it multiple times technically. So this is the KARAS box set, right? The complete edition, or rather complete collection. So this has KARAS the Prophecy and KARAS the Revelation, as we'll see here. So this one here, and there's another, I put another box set in this box, by the way. I have the first one, the Prophecy, twice, and then I have the Revelation once. So this is the back of it. So, yep, including the Prophecy and the Revelation. So, yeah. Now, I took out the Prophecy one that I think it already came with, I think. Because this Prophecy is separate, because it's a separate little box set thingy. So, this one technically should not have fit inside here. Technically, but I guess they kind of made enough space if someone wanted to do that. But technically, it's its own individual thing that you can buy separately. And then I got the Revelation. This one actually came with it. And then I have well, let me take the sleeve off of this one. So yeah. So once you take the sleeve off of this one, again, difficult to do with one hand, but we can make it work here. Yep, there we go. It's sliding. It's slipping and sliding, and we got it just about. There. Yep. A little more. A little more. All right, we're good. We're good. All right, got it. So there we have it. All right. So prophecy, I guess you put them in order, right? So okay. So prophecy, the revelation, right? And then this is the sleeve that I was taking it out of, and the back of it. Very cool, very reflective material, just kind of like cardboard with a little bit of like holographic-ish, foil-ish type stuff. It's really cool. It's really cool. And then this one. Now, the thing with this one is, maybe you can see it when I like turn it at an angle. You see like it has some, what is that, embossed or whatever like that. Like you can kind of see the outline of his whole suit, armored suit. So freaking cool, man. I love this. It's got a little rip there, but it's okay because it's been around for a while. But it's really freaking cool. So there's that. Yeah. So now the story of KARAS. Like I was saying, I kind of interrupted the story a little bit, but they showed me this, and I was hooked. I was like, yo, this this anime is amazing. And at the time, I think only the prophecy was out. I don't believe the revelation was out at the time. That's how early it was. It was only the prophecy. The revelation came out a bit later. And these are originally, I believe, OVAs, like 6-episode OVAs. I think this one is the first 3 episodes. And this one is the last 3. Might need to be corrected on that, but that's what I'm pretty sure it is. So, yeah, they introduced me to KARAS. And that was back like early 2000s. Like 2006, I think. Like 2006 or 2007. Yeah, it was that early. I believe it was 2006. So it's a while, like almost 20 years ago. Crazy. But yeah. So that's what happened. That's how I got into KARAS in the first place. Now the story, it's also kind of complicated, but not really. So you have the world of the living, and then there's also the world of the demons. And they're kind of, very close together and whatnot. And then there's some things that happen. It's like, one side, you can probably assume which probably side it is, was kind of like, you know what? Let's, well, actually, technically, it's complicated, even if I try to explain it's complicated. Anyway, there's some people that are like, I don't like how things are going. I'm going to mess some stuff up. And then, a KARAS is basically a defender, a protector, a guardian, if you will. And yeah, so there's some things that happen between humans and demons. You guys can read the synopsis and introduction to it. It's all over the place. You know. But it's amazing. It's amazing. Oh, just to see what the back of the actual cases look like. Okay. Yep. Very cool. Very cool. KARAS. Yep. Mikura is on the rise again. These are like, whoever did like the art and stuff for these, amazing. Amazing. See, Tatsunoko knew what they were doing, man. It's so great. I've seen it way too many times. I just don't want to give out any spoilers. That's why I didn't really say too much about the plot. But you guys can watch it. It's a really great series. I wish they made more. And there's some amazing KARAS cosplays I've seen out there too. So, but yeah. So this has been my box set collection here. We have KARAS, Spriggan, and innocentvenus. So that's pretty much all we got for right now. I technically have more box sets than these, but these are the only I guess officially kind of box sets, because the other box sets I have aren't really box sets, I guess you wouldn't call that. It's more like they have a cool looking box, but it's just like one DVD, so I guess you can't really call it a box set or anything. It's just a special looking, box. But these are actual box sets, and the only anime box sets that I currently have. in my small collection. Until I get more, which might happen at a later day because, physical anime media these days is like just not so much a thing as it used to be back in the day, which I miss. And hopefully there's going to be a revival, but who knows, man. These subscription services, these streaming subscription services are going wild, so who knows. But yep, that's it for now. Like always, live peacefully and take care of yourselves. We out.